Yo, what is up chicos y chicas, and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be looking at how you can practice to get faster and better mechanics on controller, and either you're a newbie, intermediate or really good player, there is probably something in this video that can help you out. Lately I've really focused on getting faster and more consistent, and I'm telling you guys, I love seeing some positive progress. Now, before we start the video, if you're new to the channel, it would mean a lot to me if you hit that subscribe button and help me on my road to 800 subscribers. Also, if you have any ideas or suggestions on videos I could make to help you guys, please tell me so in the comment section below. Now, that's enough for the intro, let's get started with the actual video. Now, the first thing you want to do is to make sure you have the right keybinds and sensitivity that suits you. What I first did to find my own settings was to try different pro player sensitivities and then adjust it to where I felt it suited me the best. For aiming sense, you would just have to do a lot of 1v1s and play some actual games, then adjust it from there. For building sense, I would go in creative and play around with it until you find a sense where you're not misplacing your builds and are in good control of both your building and your movement. The same applies for your editing sense. Go in creative and try adjusting your sense to where you can do quick and consistent edits and are not constantly choking on every single one. For all means, you could try to copy my sensitivity, but even though I think it's good doesn't necessarily mean that you think it's good. For your keybinds, you should not be scared to switch things up a little. In the beginning, you will make a lot of misclicks because of your muscle memory, but in the long run it's almost always worth it. My best suggestion is try to have your edit, switch mode and pickaxe on binds where you don't have to let go of your joystick. If you want me to make a more in-depth tutorial on keybinds and sensitivity, just let me know in the comment section below. Now, the first part of my routine is to do edit drills for a good warm-up and to work on my muscle memory. To get this done, I jump into the editing dictionary and will leave the map code on the screen for you guys right now. This is a really good map which brings in a lot of different aspects when it comes to editing. What's also good about it is that it splits different parts of the map into segments of difficulty. Now, when doing these drills, I really like to start with the edit ups, and as I just mentioned, they slowly get harder and harder. When you practice these, make sure you stay focused even when you do a simple single edit. If you're too sloppy on the simple things, you will have a much tougher time when it comes to the harder things. When you're editing, try to keep your crosshair movement as small and quick as possible. Also, practice hitting confirm as quick as the last piece has been selected and instantly go into the next edit. The more you practice the timing of going into an edit, keeping a small crosshair movement, quick confirmation and going into the next edit, the quicker you will become at editing. Remember guys, do these drills properly and with the right motion, as this is muscle memory we're working on. Now, the rest of the map is pretty straightforward with a bunch of different drills. You have the edit downs where you're obviously running downwards while editing, which also allows you to practice your editing technique while falling. I have to quickly mention that you don't always have to run at full speed. If you are struggling with certain parts of the map, simply run at 50% speed by slightly tilting your L3 forward or crouch while doing the drill. This will allow you more time, which will also let you actually do the edit properly. Once you have mastered doing the drill on a slower speed, you can try to do it on full speed and see if you can make it happen. If you're still struggling, just start running slower again and practice until you got it. The next part of the map are the edit towers. Here you have towers with a bunch of drills where you're supposed to edit your way straight up and straight down. When doing this, make sure you keep a good focus on your movement so you don't fall through the walls. Once you're done with the towers, make your way over to the edit tunnels. There are a bunch of them and pretty hard to miss. This part of the map is really important. Not only will you do a bunch of different edits that occur in game, but you will also practice the timing between editing and resetting. As controller don't have mouse wheel reset unless you have a freaking supersonic modified alien controller, quick resets are slightly harder to master. This doesn't mean though that it's impossible to have quick resets on controller, you will just have to put in a lot of work. When doing these drills, especially the ones including resets and edits, keep in mind what I told you earlier in this video. go into the edit, keep a small crosshair movement, practice the timing of your confirm and go straight into the next edit. On resets, it's pretty straightforward. You want to hit edit, reset, then confirm as quickly as possible. Try to find a good rhythm and take your time with the drills. Once you've completed all the edits, you should be pretty warmed up, unless you've done something terribly wrong. It's now time to head into one of Raider's impossible edit courses. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically a really long and sometimes physically demanding edit courses. The initial goal is to complete the edit course in less than 15 minutes and then keep on improving. He has a bunch of different maps, some more awkward than the other, but the one I'm showing you right now is my personal favorite. The reason why I like these drills so much is because you're combining everything you've just done into one long run. There are constantly new variations of edits, you get to practice your edits with different type of movement, and you can really try to push your limits. And to be honest with you guys, going into these maps while being warmed up is one of the biggest factors to how I have improved my edit speed. So get in there, try to use what you practice on from the drills and see if you can improve your speed. Once you're done with the edit course, you can now jump into your island and do some free building, where you try to see how fast you can do different retakes, edits and so on. I love spending 10 to 15 minutes in free building at the end of my routine to just have some fun and practice my mechanics. You can also jump into 1v1 realistic with a friend, or heck, if you have more than one friend, you guys can just play some free-for-all. Anyways, that will be all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something. And without further ado, I'll see you guys next time.